towards me. A few videos ago, I posted the evolution of Gabby Hanna as an artist, and to kind of maybe turn this into a series and continue with that format, I decided that it'd be really fun to look at the evolution of Jenna Marbles as an artist. And a lot of you might remember her as kind of silly, not taking art too seriously, but in many ways, I actually see her as like a true artist. From painting a drunk portrait of Rihanna, to following a Bob Ross tutorial, to having her dogs paint an abstract painting, to even more recently, her and Julian painting abstract paintings quite often in her more recent videos. We are going to look at all of this, look at the evolution of Jenna as an artist, and although she's no longer on the internet, I do want to continue the conversation after we go through the evolution of Jenna's art and continue it to talking about what she could possibly be doing as an artist right now or in the future. Maybe online if we're lucky, but for sure offline, even if it's just only for herself. So I know I'm not drawing with you today, but I really do encourage any artists out there to draw along with me if you want. Please send me your art on Instagram or Twitter at PaintandSipYT. And before getting started, I really want to give a shout out to Yuki Yeller, Jasmine, Maury, Fabian, Teal, and Evie for supporting me on my $5 tier on Patreon. It really means so much to me and it helps me out as a small artist and creator. And if anybody else is interested in some fun art benefits like stickers, downloadable coloring pages, thank you cards, my Patreon will be linked in the description. And I just wanted to show you the sticker that I have for February. I drew this on my iPad, but this is the February sticker. All $3 and $5 Patreons will be getting this sticker in the mail inside of a thank you card. And with that, I'm ready to get started if you are. Now in this video, I will mostly be focusing on Jenna's traditional art, like the painting mostly, but I do want to acknowledge and appreciate just Jenna's love for creating things in general, everything that's just so chaotically Jenna. We see her creativity in all of her makeup videos, both the goofy ones and the more serious ones. All her salon activities like acrylic nails, hairstyling, hair coloring, making random objects. And of course, I want to appreciate all of Jenna's face and body transformations. That's definitely an art. But because it's not in the traditional art sense, like for example, painting is what we're mostly going to be talking about, it won't be the focus of the video, but I did just want to take a moment to appreciate and acknowledge all of that. And also just to say, that's definitely art too, just a different kind of art. And it could be a whole different video too. But yeah, we can also just make the connection between Jenna's kind of chaotic body art, makeup, nails, all of that, and connect it to her more traditional art, because both forms really are chaotic, and chaos is really just Jenna's style. But let's look back at the history and let's get into the evolution of Jenna Marbles as an artist. As we know, Jenna is one of the OG YouTubers. She started her channel back in 2010. Looking back on the history of her channel though can be a little bit challenging because of all of the videos that were removed when Jenna announced her departure from YouTube in 2020. But I was really happy to see that most, if not all, of Jenna's art making videos remain on the channel, with the first one being from 2013. The first art making video on Jenna's channel is just super cute and fun. A beautiful piece came out of it, truly a piece that I would hang in my home, and that video is dog finger painting. And in this video, Jenna isn't physically the artist, but maybe she's more of the director of her dogs, who are the artists. Or here's another way to look at it. Jenna is the artist, but her dogs, Marbles and Kermit, are more like the tools for applying the paint to the canvas, almost like a painter will use a brush or a pencil to draw or paint. And I actually do really love this because the product was so cute. And not only was it just really well done, but it opens up a conversation about animals as artists. And I know that's not what this video is about, but just let's spend maybe 1 or 2 minutes talking about it because that's super interesting. But yeah, this video, it can pose questions like, can animals be artists? What kind of tools or vehicles can be used to make art? Can you use an animal as a tool? Or is Jenna the artist here? Or are the dogs the artists? Like, another question is Jenna the artist even though she's not the one who physically made the painting? Like how Andy Warhol didn't work in his art studio, but he worked in his factory, where he had other artists working on almost an assembly line to create his screen prints for him. Or like Peter Paul Rubens or Leonardo da Vinci, who sometimes only supervised or helped other artists actually make their paintings. And also, can animals even be artists? Or does the true definition of art state that art must be a human expression of creativity? Based on how this video and this conversation is going so far, I'd say that Jenna Marbles as an artist is going to be like a great vehicle for conversations like this, like philosophical conversations. But I also think I might be getting like a little bit carried away because this video is about Jenna after all and not so much about philosophy. So from there, as Jenna's channel continues to grow and thrive, we mostly see skits and comedy videos coming from her, but we do see a lot of art making in these comedy videos. Again, in this 2014, 2015 era of Jenna Marbles, most of her videos are just super silly, nothing is taken seriously, and this also does translate into her art making content in that time. Her art during this time is what I would call a silly twist on traditional art. So in 2014, Jenna posted probably my favorite Jenna Marbles video of all time, Jenna's Drunk Art School painting. But again, it has a very silly twist to it. She's doing it while drunk. And while watching this video, it is very clear to me that Jenna's just enjoying the process and she doesn't care how it's actually going to turn out. So whatever it looked like in the end was going to be just fine because she had fun doing it and it made a great video for YouTube. And just a little bit of foreshadowing for what we see come in more recent years, but you can definitely get some Aries vibes with the way Jenna paints. And it's kind of an inside joke among Jenna and Julian fans that, you know, Julian is actually an Aries and therefore he is a tornado. He doesn't really have much discipline when he's creating things, like food, for example. That's a very big one. Very Aries in the kitchen. And then Jenna is a Virgo, so she's more controlled, more kind of follows the rules, but while doing art, it's completely reversed. And that is a pattern that we see throughout Jenna as an artist. Jenna's next art making video was drawing with my feet. And similar to Jenna's Drunk Art School, this is a very Aries method of making art. She's just kind of going for it, just putting marks on the paper, not really worrying about it, and just having fun. You know, it's about the making it, it's not about the product again. My interpretation of these two videos is that I feel like the artist, Jenna, is only making these videos for entertainment purposes and not because she actually has the desire to really make art just to make art. It's kind of like the video comes first and the art is just an activity for the video. But that does change. I'm really excited to talk about that. But over time, we do see Jenna become more serious about her art and more serious about making art. And I think the priority shifted from making art to make a video to making art because she wants to and just deciding to record it. And now we are in the 32-year-old lady era of Jenna Marbles as an artist. This is the one. Like, this is the era for Jenna Marbles as an artist. And the first video that comes in that era is the catalyst for many more to come, and that is following a Bob Ross tutorial. And I seriously think this was probably the most important video for the trajectory of Jenna Marbles as an artist and all the art that is to come. And in the beginning of this video, this is really interesting, but she talks about how she's only doing this video because it was a request and she's only trying in order to respect the late Bob Ross.
This week, I wanted to do something that you all have been requesting for months. I see your comments, you've been typing them everywhere, that you would like me to follow along with a Bob Ross painting tutorial. Now, it's just gonna be a paint-in. You already know what's gonna happen. But I want to do this in the most respectful way possible because Bob Ross was a wonderful man. He actually means so much to so many people. So I don't just wanna make an abomination. I'm actually gonna try and make this a beautiful painting, and I hope that that's what you want to see because that's literally what you asked for.
And I think that is really interesting to point out because it's almost like she's using those things to justify, quote, not making an abomination, but actually trying to make a beautiful painting. And although she tries to justify her intentions here with, oh, you guys asked me to, and I'm only trying because I respect Bob Ross, it's still a really big change from the intentions that she used to have. Okay, so later that year, Jenna posted, "Let's acrylic pour." And the way that Jenna started this video made me like super giddy and happy. Because in the beginning of this video, she mentions how doing that Bob Ross tutorial earlier on, and she points out that, you know, she tried the material, she tried oil paint, realized it wasn't for her, and because of that, she decided to try acrylic painting instead.
So after the last time that I painted, when I followed a Bob Ross tutorial, I realized how much I genuinely enjoy painting. I also realized that oil paint is not the paint for me. It got literally everywhere, including Kermit, and a lot of you suggested that I keep trying with different types of paint, one of which was acrylic paint.
And watching this video, Jenna comments multiple times about how Julian is just kind of better at doing this and his products are just coming out better than hers. But I think that's Jenna just kind of realizing that the product isn't what's important to her, it's the process. On the other hand, Julian is really focused about making a good painting. He puts the paint on the canvas, knows what he wants to do, he has a plan, he has a technique in mind, and he executes it and says, all right, that's what I wanted to do, my painting is done. Jenna, on the other hand, she keeps adding things and changing things, and then eventually she's like, oh my god, it looks bad, I gotta keep changing it, and then it keeps getting worse and worse and worse according to her, and in the end, she comes out with a painting that she doesn't like, but she's like, oh, but it was just so fun making it, and I just didn't want to stop. Ding, ding, ding. She's a process person, not a product person. And because of that, I have just so many artists in mind that I want to introduce Jenna to, and just, I want her to look into these people. We'll get to that too. This video just makes me so excited. You should give it a like and a comment and maybe subscribe because I'd like that. And of course, we do see this same mindset continue into Let's Abstract Paint. And I just really want to showcase this clip here because I think it says it all.
This one is called Stop It. Stop. This is called Stop It.
So yes, Jenna called this painting Stop It because she did not know when to stop. So she had to tell herself by naming the painting Stop It. And the best part is, she named the painting after the process, not what the product looked like. And just for some fun, I want to highlight this clip from the beginning of her video, Let's Paint with String.
I want to paint something today because I honestly, when I started making painting videos, I had expressed to you that it's because I've never really explored any type of art, really. And I was doing it just to try it. And I, at the time, really felt that the paintings that we created together were really shit. And I actually hated some of them. Aww. But we wound up putting them in the house and it makes me feel completely different. So that is the abstract painting that Julia and I did together. And at the time I was like, it doesn't look that cool. But now that it's hung up on the wall, I'm like, I actually love it. Look at it. I didn't really like Stop It, and it's just like a board, but Stop It, when placed with other things in your home, I'm actually like, I really like them. I think that they look so beautiful. Even the paintings that I was like, this sucks, it's not even good. Once I put it in my house and I let it give me all of the feel-good feelings, I'm like, you know what? I have some bathrooms that I could put a little something in, you know? And it would make me feel really happy and good and remember all of the good times that I had splashing paint around.
And looking at all of Jenna's art videos on her channel and kind of seeing how much she actually really started to enjoy it, it's hard to imagine that she stopped making art once she stopped posting YouTube videos. And I really do hope that she is still making art, especially because I feel like Jenna started to make art because she wanted to and not just because she needed a video idea. So is she still doing fun art projects in lieu of the camera? I hope so, and I think so. And I have this really, really important and very exciting thing that I want to point out. We made the connection already, you know, that Jenna loves the process, not the product. And that's a real thing. That's a very valid, very common practice among many famous artists. And I'm very, very excited to compare Jenna Marbles to another artist that I think kind of has Jenna Marbles vibes, Janine Antoni. Because when I think of Jenna Marbles as an artist, I think of this piece, Butterfly Kisses by Janine Antoni. If you've never seen this painting before, you might just be looking at it right now and thinking, it just looks like an abstract painting. What is so Jenna about this abstract painting? Well, the finished piece isn't what's so important here. Spoiler alert, it's the process. In order to make this painting, Antoni used layers and layers of CoverGirl mascara, applied it to her eyelashes, and blinked on the canvas with wet mascara eyelashes over 1,000 times for each eye. She blinked with the right eye on one side, left eye on the other side. The mascara is the paint and her eyelashes are the paintbrush. And that is totally something that I can see Jenna Marbles doing. And I think she'd have a really fun time recreating this piece too. And Janine Antoni has many other pieces that are like far from traditional art. You know, she has other pieces like this. She has a piece where it's just a big thing of chocolate and she just gnawed off of it, put it in a gallery. She has performance arts. You don't have to be a good painter to be an artist. You don't have to be good at drawing to be an artist. You can just do things that are fun and creative. That makes you an artist. But yeah, I would really love to see Jenna kind of look into Janine Antoni, maybe try to recreate some of that and just keep creating in general, even if only just for herself. So remember to follow my Instagram or Twitter so you can send me what kind of art you made, or just follow me because I post on my social media sometimes, just random stuff, fun stuff. It's not always about YouTuber art. Sometimes I post selfies or sassy tweets. But I do also do pet portrait commissions for a variety of budgets and a variety of styles. And I take my orders on Etsy, which is linked below. I sell stickers on Etsy. These are on Etsy, but they are cheaper and you get more benefits like free global shipping for patrons on Patreon. So get it on Patreon for a better deal, or get it on Etsy if you don't want to join Patreon. And I hate outros, so okay, bye.